hilarious. I absolutely pissed myself laughing at them last night. I know you're going to enjoy it. People like one. Also, all the way from Ireland, they're very funny, Mr. Alan McElroy!
Yeah, last night was shit house. Already you're amazing. Give yourselves a massive round of applause for coming out tonight. I'm from Ireland. Is there any Irish people in? What's fucking loads? There's fuck all last night that was mentioned. I've been living here in the New Zealand. That's what we call it, the New Zealand. For about 10 years, legally. I don't remember coming here. I got drunk in Dublin and woke up in Hamilton, for fuck's sake. That's a hangover. That's a fucking hangover. I've lived here a while. They made me a citizen. We won't go on about it. But I'm living here so long that I've lost my accent. I started to lose my accent before lockdown. And then during lockdown, I overindulged on Irish media, podcasts and stuff. But before lockdown, talking to a friend, I said, I'm just going to get out of shop. And he looked at me and went, what's going on? I go, I don't know. I thought I was having a fit. I need to get some milk. I said, what the fuck is happening? So went into lockdown, Irish accent came back, we came out of lockdown, we started travelling around this gorgeous country. I think I was flying to Gisborne. Have you been to Gisborne? That's a good town, that's a bit viscous, sticky. And I'm in the airport and the lady on the tannoy system, right, because my accent got stronger, the Kiwi accent was harder for me to understand, right? And I'm sitting there and the lady on the tannoy goes, can all the people, that's not your accent, but bear with me. Can all the people flying to Gisborne please go to the check-in area, the check-in area. I ended up in KFC for fuck's sake. Miss me fly. But I love living here. Me and my lady human friend, I have one. We got a dog recently. Any dog owners in the room? Give us a bark if you have a dog. Give us a big bark. Oh, there's a big dog over there. That big dog. Good boy. We rescued the puppy because we can't afford a real dog. Anyone here what dogs? Anyone got dogs here in the front row? Someone just made a noise. Oh, you're pointing at us, you're ratting someone out. And what have you got? That's okay. Are we afraid to say that the breeds? Is this a racist thing? I don't understand. It's a mixed breed. I don't know what you can say anymore. Go on, you can say you're in a safe place. Oh, short hair, border collie, ridgeback. That was some fucking sexual intercourse between those two. One of them got broken. We rescued our dog because like I said, we can't afford a real dog. We went to the SPCA and we didn't know what we got. We rescued a Shar-Pei Mastiff. Now, I never knew what a Shar-Pei was. I thought it was a marker pen, for fuck's sake. Because when I was a kid, if you had a dog, it was a mongrel. That's what it was. It was just a fucking mongrel. Now they have fancy names and crossbreeds. And he was being bred to be a fighting dog, but he's a cuddly, he's lovely. The Shar-Pei is like a Chinese fighting dog, so knows kung fu and shit. And the Mastiff, he fucking kicks me in the dick. And the Mastiff is massive, right? Now, I don't know if you've ever seen a Mastiff, a Shar-Pei before. They're very wrinkly foreheads. So my dog's name is Gordon Ramsay. That's what I call my dog, is Ramsay, right? And when he barks, he goes, fuck! And he cooks a lovely lasagna in the kitchen. He's a really good boy. But we didn't know how big he was going to get. These dogs are massive, right? We live in an apartment. I sent a photograph of my dog to my family in Ireland. And my dad replied from Ireland and my sister from wherever the fuck she is. And when they seen the photograph, they just replied back saying, he's gonna have massive shits. Nothing like that's a gorgeous dog, that's a lovely dog, he's a big dog, he's gonna have massive shits. That was their reply. That's how my family work. And let me tell you, Sky City, his poos are enormous. They're so big. He's a two-bag job. You can't use one poo bag on him. because you get smelly fingers. He's a two-bag. You know how it works, love. It's a two-bag job, right? Right. And the thing is, right, so, because when we were kids, if a dog did a poo, you never picked it up. You left it there, and it turned white. Do you remember white dog poo? You pick it up, you can pick it up and use it as chalk. Remember that? Alan was here, the good old days, the good old days. Now you have to pick it up. We can't use the normal poo bag, so we have to use a kitchen bin bag. We have to use the Glad kitchen scented pink bin. They're not scented for long, I'll tell you that for free. Right? And we pick it up, and we don't carry it, because we're normal people. Do you ever see people with jobs and mortgages carrying a bag of shit down the road? You've got a degree and you're carrying a bag of shit, so we tie it on his collar. It's his problem. He's walking down the road, a bag of shit, just bouncing on his head. He has learned to shit near bins, that's a fact. He has evolved to shit near bins, he's amazing. But he's massive, right? He doesn't know how big he is. If you catch me after the show, I'll show you a picture. He thinks he's Scooby-Doo. He sits on your lap and you lose all the blood in your legs. He's huge. He's fucking mad, right? He loves it. I love him to bits. But he's so big. He's so big, we had to get him de-sexed. Because if he wanted to fuck me, I couldn't stop him. Do you know what I mean? I'm the bad boy. I'm the bad boy. Right? I love him, but what he's done for me, he's made me go, he's put me into awkward situations. Like, I'm a bit mental, right? I have ADHD and other weird shit that I found out recently. And I can't talk to strangers because my brain plays tricks on me and it goes, ruin this conversation, fuck this up. And I'll tell you an example. I did this with my daughter. Anytime I brought my daughter to a playground, and she's playing with other kids, and I'm sat here, and another parent comes over and sits beside me and says, isn't this lovely? And I go, yeah. And they say, which one is yours? I say, none, I'm just looking. Because I can't talk to strangers. My head goes, fuck this up, right? I've always had it ever since, like, Holly is my daughter. She's named after Holly McLean from Die Hard. It's a very niche story. And my dog Ramsey. We brought him to a dog beach in East Auckland, I think it was, and she was jockeying him. He's like a fucking horse, right? And we're standing there playing around, and this fella, you could see him in the distance, and he was whiter than me, and he walked out, and he had no top on, right? Khaki shorts, socks and sandals, and a cowboy hat, like a prick, right? And he's looking over, and my missus is standing there going, don't look at him, he's looking at you, I know what you're like, don't fucking say anything, don't talk. Do not talk, right? And he's looking over, and he goes, I was bitten by a dog once. And Jane goes, don't fucking say anything. Because I won't, I'm calm, right? And then he said, that dog shouldn't be near kids. I said, you shouldn't be near kids, you fucking pedo, right? I can't handle it, I can't handle these people, right? I've always had it. I went back to Ireland recently because my brother got married like a fool, and he got married. Oh shit! He got married in a town in Donegal called Muff. Irish people know this. It is. No one believes me when I tell foreign people this, right? It's a town in Ireland called Muff, and it's on the coast. You're well ahead of me, love. And it has a diving club. I'm not made Google it. And it's called the Muff Diving Club. And they love the name Muff, they fucking own it, right? You can get your hair cut in the Muff barbers. This one made international news because the daughter was not happy with what the parents called a fish and chip shop. The Fishy Muff. And my favourite one, where you get your whiskey and your beer, the Muff liquor. Fuck off! It's fucking mad, right? So, anyway, it's a mental town. We loved it, had a great time. And an Irish wedding is the best wedding. It's fucking insane. You can't sober up because of the sandwiches. Anyway, so we got hammered, and we had a mad night. And then, but at the wedding itself, now this is my job, right? I get paid to do this. I have a mortgage, right? But with my family, I wasn't allowed to speak at the wedding. Because they know what I'm like, right? Like an Aldi burnt down when I was younger, they all blame me. It wasn't me, but listen, that goes up pretty fast, right? There's things that happened in Clondalkin and Dublin that people blame me on that I don't know about. I'm living here so long, the story evolves. So I wasn't allowed to speak to anyone at the wedding, anyone official, right? So I'm sitting there in the front, and the best man, he wasn't the best man, he was shit, but he was here, right? And then two other fellas, don't know who they are, right, but there. And behind me was my dad, right? And then here was my sister, Lisa, who was ready to knuckle me if I said that in our place. Like, they're like, don't fucking, even the mother-in-law sat me down for the fucking lecture, don't fucking ruin this wedding. I said, I won't, I'm an adult, I know what I'm doing. I didn't burn down Aldi, right? And then on the other side, I didn't burn down Aldi, right? It just fucking happened. Fire's mad, it just happens with a stick. And anyway, so, and on this side was my sister's kid, my nephew Tyg, right? Lovely little kid, 7 years old. Now the priest was about 2,000 years old, right? He's the oldest thing I've ever seen in my life, right? He looked like, and I've seen pictures of the pyramids and stuff. He's so fucking old. Wherever he stepped, dust came out of his knees, right? Just arthritis everywhere, asbestos from his body. And he came over and he shook my dad's hand. He shook my dad's hand. That was fine. And he tried to shake Tyg's hand. And Tyg pulled away as if he knew what he did. We're not getting into it. We're not getting into it. And then the priest tried to be cool, and he did this. He leaned into Tyg and he did this. And Tyg pulled away, and I couldn't help it, but I leaned in and said, I'll fist you farther. I can't talk to strangers. That's my point, right? I'm incapable. Where do I live? I live at the top of Queen Street in Eden Terrace. Oh fuck, I tell you. So it's one of my favourite bars. Now they've lost their licence for obvious reasons because it's mental, right? But my favourite bar for years was the Edinburgh Castle. Do you know the Edinburgh Castle? Before they lost the licence, happy hour was 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. Monday to Thursday. That's fucking insane. That is the happiest hour in the world, right? And it's a mad place. It's a halfway house. So it's where all the people come out of prison and they're all tweaking and shit. The Kaiser Soze into normal people, right? And it's also where the lovely prostitute-y, sexy, worky ladies of the night have a few drinks before going off to work. I don't know the terms anymore. I'm just going to say everything. The lovely prostitute-y, sexy, worky ladies, right? That's it. And they have a beer garden. And again, no one goes there because it's terrifying. So I'm sitting there having a cheap drink with my dog. He drinks beer as well. And one of the prostitute-y, sexy, worky ladies walks in. It was a hot day in the beer garden. She was sweating. She looked like a wet sofa. She was wearing leather. And she walked over. And she started tickling Ramsey in the belly. And his legs started going fucking mental, right? I couldn't help but lean over and say, you better not charge me for this. I can't talk to strangers. That's my point. That's the big point, right? Where I live as well. So near me, there's a park called Bass Park, right? It's a dog park. It's also a dogging park. We don't have time for that story. Don't whistle in that park. People. And anyway, I've seen shit I never planned on seeing. It's a dog park as well, right? And when Ramsey was small, he would run under dogs, and now he's massive. He flips little shitty dogs everywhere. They're like, where's Ramsey? And you see a chihuahua going through the sky or whatever, right? And he's massive, so we're there, just me and him having a great time in Basque Park. And then this fella comes over with his little shitty dog. And he fucking run over. And I tried to be nice. I said, that's a lovely dog. It wasn't, right? I said, what is it? And he said, it's a Japanese Shibu. I fucking heard of that, right? And I goes, what's the name? And he said, Akira. It's Japanese for intelligence. You know? And then he goes to me, what have you got? What's that? And I said, he's a Shar-Pei Mastiff. I didn't know what a Shar-Pei was. I thought it was a marker pen. Silence. Not a fucking budge. And then he goes, what's the name? I goes, Gordon Ramsay, because of the wrinkles. Fucking nothing, right? So do you ever stand in an awkward silence with someone for so long, right? We're just, Ramsay's flipping his little shit dog over there. And we're standing there, not talking, just looking at the sky. And you look at the clouds in the sky. And you start to see the opening scene of The Simpsons. Do you ever do that? And eventually he goes, we're going to go, oh shame, couldn't give a fuck, right? And then his dog is over there, and I've never seen this before. He went, what the fuck? And his dog's like, what? And ran over to him. I went, that's mental. How did you do that? That's amazing. And he said, well, ever since she was a pup, I'd make that noise and give her lovely treats. I said, of course, that's what you do. That's what you do. And then he said to me, how do you make your dog come? I can't talk to strangers. That's my point. I said 2 fingers up the arse. And I flicked the lipstick, but that's all I said. That's all I said. But I'll tell you this quick little bit and then I'll go and have a break. Like I said, I have a lovely Kiwi daughter here. I have a child born here, which is how you get to stay in other countries. That's what you do. And she runs an Irish side and a Kiwi side, and she gets into mish stuff. She gets in mad stuff from my side of the family. Like, she plays pranks. Here's one. If you have any old people left in your life, do this. I Photoshop my granddad in weird places around the world and watch him have a mental breakdown trying to remember when he was there. Is that a pyramid, Sandra? Is that a pyramid? Was I in Egypt? Thing is, he's never left Dublin, so I get my happy memories. But my little girl, she's a Kiwi girl. She's a different upbringing to us in Ireland. One, she doesn't wear shoes when she goes outside. Couldn't do that in Dublin. Fucking heroin needles everywhere. And white dog poo. The other thing she does, she doesn't finish a simile. Doesn't finish a sentence, yeah. She'll say, it's hot as. Hot as what? I'm on the edge of my seat here, hot as what? She turned around one day and she goes, sweet ass dad. And I said, don't say that to me, you little sex pest, that's weird. So, but she turned around recently, because she looks both sides, and she was watching the rugby, and she said, Dad, she calls me Dad, because I'm her dad. She goes, Dad, do Irish people do the haka? And I said, no. And she said, why not? And I said, because, darling, there's too much upper body movement for Irish people. We'd spill our drink, do you know what?
You start doing this, the drink goes everywhere. That's why Irish dancing is the legs only. Look at that.
Here, listen.